Hello, I'm Chandler Klebs, and I'm recording another video. There's something I want to talk about, the subject of vegetarianism and veganism. It's something that I bring up often, and there's so much misinformation about, why people become vegetarian or vegan. And here's the ultimate way I look about it. Really, I was put into a situation where I had no choice but to realize that there is a sameness, a similarity between humans and other animals. And here's what I mean. I was very outspoken against abortion and war, suicide. Like, I want to reduce suffering and death. I want to reduce problems. But there's something that came up. Let's see. I hope I can remember how this went. But, I was reading, I believe it was The Case for Life by Scott Klusendorf. And there was a part in there where he was talking about, animal rights activists saying something about how you're speciesist if you protect the life of humans, but then eat meat. Like, and this is regardless of whether my memory is correct on this or not. The point is, does it really make sense to say that human life is valuable, that it's important, but the life of a cow, a chicken, a sheep, or a turkey, or whatever is not? And well, when you think about it, it's like, wait a minute. I didn't choose to be human. I didn't choose my genetics. I didn't choose to be human. But similarly, here's a thought that comes to me, and this happens around, Thanksgiving, Christmas, how people are eating a lot of turkey. And I think about this and I realize, did that turkey choose to be a turkey? Does any living being choose its species any more than its gender or, or size or intelligence? And ultimately, I'm like, wow, I think about it and I'm like, there's something about killing some animal, whether it's, a duck or a cow. I mean, whatever the species is, there's something about the idea that, someone might shoot a duck. That duck in the sky that somebody shoots with their gun did not choose to be a duck any more than an unborn human baby or fetus, if you want to call it that, chose to be an unborn human. It didn't choose that either, any more than a duck chooses to be a duck or a cow chooses to be a cow or a bull or whatever. We don't choose our genetics. And when you understand that, I see the idea of killing someone because they're a different species, they look different. How is that different from killing somebody because they're black or because they're gay or because they're a woman or because they're a Jew or Muslim or Christian or atheist? Well, basically, somebody acts different than you, somebody looks different than you, but ultimately, whatever differences they have between them and you, they didn't choose. And I'm like, well, if someone kills me, I didn't choose to be killed. And if I've done something that upsets someone and they kill me because they're angry at me, I didn't necessarily choose to make them angry or have them kill me. And when you look at the concept of choice, realizing that we don't choose our species, our gender, our religion, all kinds of different things, the way we're wired, the way our brains are. When you look at it, it's like, I have to admit that ultimately, I don't know why I use that word. Maybe it's from playing way too much Final Fantasy. But I look at it and I think, can I really say that I am better than someone else? Whether that someone else is a human or whether it's a turkey. Can I really say that I'm better than someone else? When there was no way that I could have chosen what makes me different. And I look at it and think, what if Chandler was the turkey? And what if the turkey was a human named Chandler? And I look at that and I feel so, I feel so bad thinking about that. The idea that, I bought into a lie. I bought into the lie that, humans were more valuable than other animals. And, I realized that I don't have free will, and that I didn't choose to grow up speciesist, and that I grew up in a speciesist culture where someone looks different, and whether you call it speciesism, racism, sexism, some kind of ism, where someone's different, so you're mean to them. So you make someone suffer or you kill them because they look different or because they act different. And so ultimately it's like about equality, equal rights. I mean, I understand the concept of human rights problems. And I want to quickly mention, there's this guy named Josh Brahm, and I believe he started an organization called Equal Rights Institute. And I understand the name of that. I think it's a great thing. The idea that, we're all equally human. So what makes one human better than another? We have our humanity in common. But I want to go a step further than that. The idea that we are all living. We're all alive. And it's not by our choice whether we're alive or whether we're dead. But I look at it and I think, I can't act like I'm better than someone else. I can't do it. And it really changed my life, because when I get angry at somebody because they misunderstand me or because they forget what I told them before, I just remember, they probably did the best they could. And that the differences between me and someone else is not a matter of choice. And I look at it and I think, man, I'm not better than anyone else. But at the same time, I'm not worse either. Can I take the blame for something that I do wrong even because somebody else upset me emotionally in a way that caused me to behave irrationally? And, what is rational or irrational anyway? It's kind of a strange thing, because I've come to understand that, the equality that all living things share, the relevance of all life, which I often talk about, is, that's important. It's very relevant to understand that I'm not better or worse than someone else. And realize that, there's a lot of pro-choicers that I've disagreed with, about abortion, and then there's the disagreements I have with, carnivores about the morality of having businesses where the entire purpose is to breed and kill animals to eat. And you know what makes me sick? It really does make me sick how much killing that we do. And you know, I know that many people watching this will say, well, you know, humans are more valuable than other animals because they're made in the image of God, whatever, you know. And I've heard that a lot, but you know, I don't believe it anymore. And I want people to understand that I'm not claiming that I'm better than you or worse. When you understand that this free will thing is an illusion, that choice is an illusion, that we are caused to do all kinds of things we don't want to do. You know, you cannot be arrogant. You cannot be prideful. I just can't really honestly say that I'm better than someone or that someone really deserves to be punished. But there's all sorts of issues that need to be considered, of life and death, about morality. What's the right or wrong thing to do? Because I'll tell you what, if there is such a thing as a right choice and a wrong choice, but we have the desire to do what we believe is right, then is it a choice? If I do what I believe is right, can I take credit for the fact that I believe that what I'm doing is the right thing? Just think about it. Think about our beliefs. Do we choose our beliefs? Do we choose our own sense of morality that we probably have from the moment of conception? Our DNA, the way our brains think. It's such a big deal, and I hope that you understand the relevance of this. And if you don't, well, you don't have free will, so I can't really blame you. But I recorded what I had to say, so enjoy. Bye.